What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we're talking clones again. I know you guys love to talk clones, and I've got some good ones. Don't get me wrong, there's certain ones I really enjoy, and there's some where it's like, just get the original. You know, that's the case for a lot of the times, but sometimes when you're looking to spend under 40 bucks, there's some really good ones worth grabbing, and that's what this video is. I've gathered 10 that I believe for under $40 USD. Some pretty good buys if you're looking to get, you know, a good enough experience at a fraction of the cost for some really popular, expensive fragrances. These will have you covered. So let's talk about them. Stay tuned. Starting with one that is cloning a discontinued gem. This got a lot of hype in the community years ago. It's YSL L'Homme Ultime. This is from Rasasi. This is its Essential for Men. So this is one that smells really close. I would say every bit of 80-85% accurate. Has that nice, beautiful ginger creaminess, spicy, a little bit of that dusty rose smell, but not as heavy as actual YSL Ultime, but this will get you really, really close. There's always people I come across searching for a bottle of Ultime. Well, for, you know, around 30 bucks, this will be the way to go. I would recommend doing this than hunting down that discontinued bottle that's going to be overpriced on eBay. Performance on this one's slightly above average, kind of falls in that 6 to 8 hour range. Pretty good, you know, it's kind of sweet spot for me, if you will. So if you're looking for that, you might want to check out this. It's Rasasi. It's Essential. Now, this is one that the first time I smelled it on test strip, they were virtually identical to what it's cloning. It's cloning Parfums de Marly Greenly. Then when I got it on skin, it's like, all right, this is a cheap cedar note. That's the one big takeaway for me. If you don't mind the sharp cedar note, then Fragrance World's Aether French Avenue is going to be a good option for you. I've worn this to the gym. I've worn it casually. It's really good. It is. For what it is, it's really good. Like I said, it smells just like Greenly. It's just clearly a cheaper cedarwood oil. Not that Parfums de Marly uses the most expensive oils in the world, but they do use much better quality synthetics and such versus something like this. But this is way, way cheaper. Way, way cheaper per ml. And you're going to get a very close experience. Not the same experience, but a very close one. If you're good with good enough, this is definitely good enough, I got to say. Did a review on this one a while back. This is one that's impressed me this year. I gotta say, of the clones I've come across, this is one of the more impressive ones, so we had to have it here in the video. It's Fragrance World's Aether French Avenue. Now, this is one of the most hyped clones over the last few years. I haven't talked about it in a while myself. I do have several niche fragrances that do the same job, so I kind of gravitate towards them a bit more because the quality is a bit higher. But if you're looking to spend between 30 and 40 bucks, there's a hard argument that a whole lot's better than this. There's one other that I would say that kind of falls into its category from Paris Corner called North Stag. But Turathi Blue from Afnan, pretty hard to beat for around $35. Beautiful spiced, juicy grapefruit, woods and ambroxan. Very simple, very straightforward Tigar profile. That definitely smells really good, I gotta say. It's hard to not spray this one and enjoy the opening. It is one of the better openings out there for the money. Just Tigar in general, and pretty much just about everything that smells like Tigar. It smells great. Oh, and that's definitely the case here, man. It's still really good, guys. There's a reason this has gotten so much hype. You really can't go wrong here. There's another one for me, kind of falls in that 6 to 8 hour range in longevity. It's pretty loud for the first hour and a half, 2 hours on my skin anyways. Man, I need a little touch of powder, just a hint. But man, this some really good stuff. You can't go wrong with anything Tigar, and a lot of people really love this one. That's why it gets tons of hype. It's worth it for the money. It's Afnan's Turathi Blue. Now, for the longest time, I used to have a decant of ombre leather and a decant of ombre leather parfum. Then I got this, and it held me off for a while. When I was in the mood, I would just spray this one. And eventually, I did get ombre leather and ombre leather parfum, but I still have a love and respect for Rare Carbon from Afnan. This is one I'll just pull the cap and do a random test spray. Not something, even the originals, I don't wear them all the time. I got to be in the mood for leather dominant, but I do enjoy the profile. And this is a cross between the two. You get the violet leaf as well, the violet leaf freshness, as well as kind of that powdery floral tone of the parfum with the bright leather and the sweetness of the original. That's why I say it kind of falls in between ombre leather and ombre leather parfum. And it's like 35, right under $35, something like that, right around 36 maybe. Around 8 hours in longevity, once again. Not the best high heat leather fragrance out there, but you could do a lot worse. I have worn it in the summer. Just be mindful, it depends on your humidity and how suffocatingly hot it is, how much you're going to be outdoors. But aside from the summer, of course, it works well the rest of the year. It does pull off well casually because of all that freshness, but of course, because of that leather accord, it works in evening settings and, you know, more semi-formal type of settings as well. This is actually really, really good. It's Afnan's Rare Carbon. We're back to the well on discontinued, overpriced on eBay designer fragrances, and this one's cloning one of my all-time favorites, especially for the fall. We're talking 1 million Prive. Some of you know where I'm going here. This is Paris Corner in the Pandora Scents line. This is Milano Prive. This is basically 1 million Prive in a different bottle. Sweet amber, cinnamon. The tobacco's not super earthy because it's more of a tobacco accord than, I'm sure it's not a genuine tobacco oil. You never know. I can't confirm nor deny because it's smooth. It's so smooth. I want to think it's more than just the supporting notes making it smooth and sweet like that. Synthetic, not a natural smell, don't get me wrong, but not rough and edgy or sharp in any way. This paints a picture of reds and greens and yellows and browns and all of the fall harvest type of, you know, color scheme. They really nailed it here. I got to say, when it comes to cloning these designer fragrances, they're using similar quality oils, it seems like, and they're not as complex fragrances. Seems like it's a bit easier to get pretty damn close to spot on, and that's what Paris Corner did here. Because I would say don't spend 150, 200 bucks, way over retail or more on 1 million Prive on eBay from these resellers and just get Paris Corner's Milano Prive. Now this technically breaks the price category by $1 and some change, but it deserved to be here. So forgive me that it's $41.78, I believe US is what it's going for in the link below, but it's so good. There's a glaringly obvious quality difference here, and that's with most of them, unless they're cloning a designer. But man, they lock down the profile so well. It's Luciano's Coastal Breeze. This is another one of my favorite clones I've picked up this year. It smells just like Louis Vuitton's Pacific Chill, just lower quality. You're not going to get the same quality, but the profile is very accurate. Beautiful citrus meets fruity apricot. Tropical, has this aquatic tone to it. This one's an average performer. Around 6 hours is what I've been experiencing with it. It's actually quite nice. We're going to wear this one to the gym later. This smells really, really good, I have to say. Totally worth grabbing. Again, it's like right over the cutoff of 40 bucks. It's 41, because I did look. I was like, is it where I need it to be to include it? And it was right over by less than $2. And I was like, we're talking about it. We're putting it in here because it is that good, guys. This is the one. I love Pacific Chill so much that I bought it full price at Louis Vuitton beginning of this year in Tampa. So even if I would have got this clone, I mean, based on the situation, the trip, it was for the Royal Rumble. We had a good experience. I probably still would have bought it anyway, even if I had this already. But if you're looking for a close but not same, because of quality for sure, experience to Pacific Chill, I highly recommend Luciano's Coastal Breeze. Speaking of overpriced, discontinued designers, recently, wildly too, out of the blue, Boss Bottled Intense CDP restocked at Fragrance Buy and at FragranceNet. It was very strange, just out of the blue. They came and they went just as quickly because, of course, people aren't letting that stuff sit. Word spreads like wildfire for stuff like that and just snap them up. So if you missed on stuff like that, instead of paying eBay prices, get Fragrance World's Nazih Silver. It's pretty much spot on. The quality's about the same. It's not quite as long lasting because you can get 8 to 10 hours, at least I do, out of Boss Bottled Intense CDP easily. This gets between 6 and 8. Has that warm, smooth, spiced apple smell. It's beautiful. It's a dead ringer for it. It really is. Man, and you can get it cheap. I want to say it's under $30 actually, if I remember correctly. I forgot to look. It's either right over 30 or right under 30. Really hard to beat. If you've been looking for that obscure, hard to find, and you missed out on the random restock at a decent price too, I was surprised, like $76, $79 or something like that. They know it's discontinued. They could have charged more. They could have charged $100 and people would have paid it. But yeah, you're going to pay more than that on eBay. So save yourself the money and just go with this. It's close enough. It's almost spot on. It's Fragrance World's Nazih Silver. Now, Sedley's very, very popular. A lot of people love it. I'm right there with you. I get it. It's a great, versatile, all-around fragrance from Parfums de Marly. But if you want to spend under 30, get a close enough experience. It's not exactly the same. This is a little bit spicier, a little bit more synthetic. But Lattafa Maahir Legacy Silver, going to get you there. It's definitely going to get you there. I get between 6 and 8 hours on this one as well. 6, 7 hours technically. It's got the creamy, aromatic, citric, minty tones, but it's a bit fresher, like more of a fresh, spicy accord than actual Sedley. You get the hit of Ambroxan, all the freshness, all the beauty, all the enjoyment, and all of the versatility with pretty much the same level of performance for the most part as Sedley. And this is much, much cheaper than getting Sedley. I've been encouraging people to check this one out since it came out in January 22 or 23. I forgot which year, because I got it right away. It is that good. It's Lattafa Maahir Legacy Silver. Now, what would a video topic like this be without two of the most hyped pretty much ever when it comes to affordable clones? We got to talk about them. Lattafa Asad. Not exactly one-to-one, not spot on to Sauvage Elixir, but close enough, and under 30 bucks. In the low 20s, really. Oh, it still smells so good. There's subtle differences. There's pineapple, there's coffee. They list iris. I don't smell iris at all. I do get a little bit of roasted coffee with that warm, spicy tone. And I do get a little hint of fruity freshness, but I can't distinctively say it's pineapple. But I get a little bit of this juiciness at the top that I'm attributing to the pineapple they list. But woody, spicy, aromatic. It's like 80-85% Sauvage Elixir, monster performer, really, really hard to beat. If you're looking for that profile, really close to that profile and performance on a budget, there's a reason this is hyped up. It's Lattafa Asad. Last but not least, another one, sub $30 price point, monster performer, actually better than the original. This is one of those random exceptions to the rule where I say 99.9% of the time, the original is the way to go. Well, this is that 0.1%. It's Afnan, 9 p.m. So you replace the pear with apple, so it's fruitier, sweeter, but Afnan uses better oils than Jean-Paul Gaultier. They just do. Smoother. It's a smoother fragrance. It actually smells like it's a higher quality fragrance for like 25, 26, 28 bucks, whatever it is. Sub $30 versus getting Ultra Male. Ultra Male's great. This is smoother. The pear note's great in Ultra Male. I agree. I'm cool with switching it out for apple. It smells really good. And it's a beast. Who cares what batch you get, by the way? If it smells really weak to you, you're going nose blind to it. That's just the science of it. I'm not stating an opinion. It's not my opinion that you're going nose blind. That kind of stuff happens to all of us with different fragrances. Because some people you'll hear talk about how this is a monster. Even new bottles, brand new bottles. So don't play the batch code game. That's silly. They'll tell you new ones are monsters, and others, bro, new ones are weak. Don't buy, don't buy. I only get 4 hours. Well, okay. Let's say you really do get 4 hours. You pay 24 bucks? Why are you so mad? It's 24 bucks. But if you got a $300, let's say you got Elysium Parfum Cologne, and it gives you 6 hours. You'd be pretty mad there too, huh? Because it's $200 to $300. You see what I'm saying? So big difference. So even if you do get lesser performance, which again, I'm telling you, it's nose fatigue. It's not really the fragrance is weak or they watered it down greatly all of a sudden. It's nose fatigue. I swear by that because it's not me stating an opinion, guys. I promise it's not me. I've had several perfumers at this point confirm that that's just the way it works with these molecules and these aroma molecules and synthetics and so on. Because even though this is smoother, this is still synthetics, just like Jean-Paul Gaultier Ultra Male. And yeah, it smells great. It performs great. It's cheap, and it's actually better than the original, in my opinion. It's Afnan, 9 p.m. Well, that's the 10 that I have for you today. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback. Love hearing from you guys. Of these 10, what do you have? What have you tried? What are you interested in? Let me know down below. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of these 10 and you give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. You never know. Have a good one, guys.